All right, the fundamentals of tree climbing. I'm assuming you have your gear and you've watched tons of videos and you're just getting ready to go up the tree, right? I'm gonna give you the down and dirty. This stuff is fucking easy, right? The hardest part is trusting your equipment and being comfortable with dying. You know, like you, once you accept that your equipment is safe, you've inspected it, there's no rips or tears, there's no, burns on the rope, or your flip line is totally intact, you are safe, right? The things you have to fear is a lack of judgment and, acts of God. But we'll start with the simple stuff with tree climbing. The easiest thing to do is to start at the base of the tree. You want to have your spikes going into the tree at a little bit of a downward angle, but you want to stab the tree hard, right? You don't want to gaff out or just spike hard enough to where you just hit the bark and slide. Just stab the tree on your first time trying to go up. You see me just, fucking just getting after it, going up fast. I'm really comfortable with climbing fast because I'm aware of what's above me, practically nothing for the first 20 feet, and I'm stabbing into the tree. I'm not lightly, poking at it. I'm stabbing into it. I am confident I will not fall out, which is why I'm comfortable with the speed that I'm going at. And this is kind of sped up at 1.2. And as I'm climbing, as I'm gaining distance, right? Let's say it's right here. The flip line is at waist level. In order to go higher, you just got to flip it up to breast or head level, whatever you're comfortable with, and where there's enough flip line to actually throw up to your chest level or head level. So I got to the point where I need to get over a branch. And so at all times, I'm 100% tied in. Before I even touch anything else, I'm going to my next tie-in point. This is kind of considered SRT, or it is SRT, single rope technique. A little bit, but it's with a Grigori rock climbing device. It does the same thing as, it holds you, and then, you could pull slack out. So I want to verify before I undo my flip line that it could hold my weight and it's properly tied in. Whether I use a basal hitch or it's thrown up there and, I use a running bowline and it's cinched down up there. Regardless, I want to verify that I'm safe. So I put my full weight on it and I notice that, hey, it's safe. I can undo my flip line. I undo my flip line and I put it above the branch I'm trying to get. Now, the whole point of me trying to be above what I'm cutting is, for me, I feel a lot safer being above it rather than below it. I know that time is like one of the most important things of getting the job done. But as far as safety, I'd rather have the rope above whatever I'm trying to cut than below. Unless I'm, chunking the tree down or taking out a top, obviously I'm not going to do that. But for most of my cuts, my flip line or tie-in will be above whatever I'm cutting. Right. So with pines, right, a lot of the branches are close together. And so at this point, since I'm tied in using SRT or whatever, I'm confident climbing this just using the branches while basically tensioning up the slack I get as I go up, right? At no point will I ever have 3 feet of slack where if I were to gaff out or lose my handing on a branch that I'm holding, 3 feet will fucking hurt, like if I were to gaff out or lose my footing or my hand loses it, whatever, I don't want to fall 3 feet, hit my head on a branch or my shoulder and like dislocate it, break it. That's too much. So as you notice in the video, as I'm climbing, I'm tensioning up the slack. And at most, I'll have 1.5 or 2 feet worth of slack. But every time I reduce slack or and tension up the slack, I am 100% confident that whatever I'm holding will hold. that whatever I'm holding will hold me. Sorry about that. It's cut out, but I'm back. So the whole point of me just like climbing up the tree is I'm getting to a point where I want to take out half the tree, or two thirds of the tree. Right. That's the whole point of me bypassing limbs. Uh, I'm cutting limbs to the point where I'm trying to drop something. I'm clearing a path for that, and while keeping the back limbs intact. So this is the whole point of me bypassing the flip line and cutting the limbs that are below me and just going straight up for like a cut point. You could do the face notch on half, upway to half the tree. It's a little sketchy. I would suggest fucking watching videos on people doing it. And obviously there are risks to it if the base of the tree is decayed, and you take out half the tree. There's going to be a fulcrum point where it's going to be pushing against the tree at like halfway up, and then if the base is if it's rotted out, or if there's a weakness in the tree that could affect you taking out half of it, putting all that weight at a fulcrum point, then just mind your P's and Q's. Be aware that there are dangers, and you just got to think it through. Is it a good idea to take out half the tree when there's like no base, right? But it has been done. I've done it. I usually have a rope in it in case anything happens. It's tensioned in the direction I want it to fall. It will most likely fall in the direction that it's tensioned at, even if it does break out early. But right now, simulated me taking out a top. The lean was in my favor. It was favorable. Took out branches that would affect the counterweight. Blah blah blah. Took out the top. I'm ready to start going down the tree. I'm pretending that all the branches are cut off. I have like a 20-foot stem left. I'm ready to just get down. So when I get down, I'll be using SRT, but I want to retrieve the rope that I just put in. So, all right, it's cinched down using the carabiner on the rope. And then I want to put another carabiner on the carabiner, separate rope on that carabiner. So carabiner to carabiner. And then you're rappelling down your safety rope. The tagline is just on that carabiner. And we'll use that for later because we're going to be pulling on the tagline to pull out your safety rope in order to, drop the spar or whatever. And then at this point, it's just me going down the tree, rappelling, watching out for branches. This is a practice run on a tree that I was about to take out. I already took it out, but I just wanted to use this for training. And so, yeah, that's pretty much it. And that's it. Fun times.